Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 2 of this house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to set up our project. We added the grid lines and levels and even dimensions. Now we're going to continue working on this. Last thing we did is we set up the exterior wall number 1. Now we're going to add it. So here, select wall again, and then here this is the one that we created recently. So now zoom in here and let's start by adding B1. So select B1, make sure you're in second floor, and then wall center line and change. So B1, going to B2, going down to C2, and then going across right here up to C5, and then going up a little around 1000 along grid 5, and then going across right here up to grid 6, and then from grid 6 let's go down right here, and then we have E, but we're going to put it short around 5700, and then from 5700 we're going to go across grid 5, but we're going to type in 2640, and then going down 1533, and then going back here to grid 5, then select it there. After that, once we have it there, we need to go back up to, this is E5, sorry, let's go back, not that one, but we need to close this off right here, and then we're going to change this to interior walls later on. Then we need to go to E. So this one is, we're going to extend this one all the way to G grid line, and then all across right here up to number 3 grid line. So let's look for number 3 grid line, which is right here. This is GE, and then we're going to go down 1000 from there, so pull it down 1000, and then after 1000 just go back here to grid line number 2, and then after that go down again up to H2, and then here across here we're going to have around 3850 across, and then at the same time going down up to F grid line, and then closing it off to F1, and then going back to B1. The exterior walls that we're going to change is this ones. So what we could do is TR, trim and extend this one, and then we could just exchange this later on to interior wall number 1. So those are the exterior wall. Now let's add in an interior wall. So select here, edit type, duplicate. This will be interior wall number 1. Press OK, edit, and then let's maintain the 200 thickness, and then here let's select the other gypsum wallboard. So usually for me, I like to maintain the gypsum wallboard because that one is the one that shows um, the white material, that which I like, and it's easier to see. So here I'm just gonna connect this one and then select the three of this by holding on control button, selecting them individually, and then here go to drop down, and then we could just look for interior wall number one and it will be changed instantly. So that's how easy it is to change a wall to a different um, categories or element. So now we're gonna select that again, and you should just type CS. The reason for that is that's control similar. Basically, we already have the element right here, and we're just going to add it again. So by doing this, this will allow you to add them instantly and you don't need to look for it. So for example, if you have added different types already, and then it's going to be harder for you to look for whatever you have. So if you know that this is interior wall and you want to add interior wall as well, CS on that, and then here we're going to add it between D and E. After we add it there, select that one, and we want it to be referring to E grid line, and then type in 800. And then let's add the same one, CS on that, and we're going to add it along E, so around 3500 around here. So from E2, just go over that, and then here we're gonna connect them. So trim and extend, so we will have this look right here, and then we're gonna extend this one all the way right here so that it's closed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert some furnitures. So go to insert load family, and then we have some families right here. Let's go to furniture and let's add in some tables. Here we're going to add a dining table. So let's use this. Click on open and then type in CM. By using CM, you're going to be able to add it instantly. My suggestion is, or my advice is, every time you load anything, make sure to add it instantly so that you don't need to look for it right here. Because once you load multiple times or you load a lot of stuff, this will be very crowded and it will be harder for you to look for it. So here I just selected the ones that have a higher width and length, and then I believe we should edit this one. So I'm going to add it right here for now. Select it, edit, and then here we could duplicate this. We could put it as dining table. So this is the part where we're editing a family, and editing it is very simple. So as you can see, always duplicate the original so that you don't lose that original settings. So now we will be able to change the setting right here. So for the length, I want it to be doubled, so probably 3000 with probably around 1500. and then let's see how it looks. I think that's perfect for this size. And then we could load in, go back here, seating. Let's use this chair briar and then CM, and then let's add it all the way right here. Not sure why it's not showing, but we could just copy. And then what I usually do is I put one side and then mirror the rest. So we have it mirrored like this. So we have our dining table. We could have our living here. And then we could have our entertainment area here. And then we could have, I believe this will be, we could add this one as an office, or we could have it as a bedroom. And then here we could extend this one all the way right here. So now let's load in more furniture. So we're here at seating already, so might as well add in some. I'm gonna use sofa corbeau. Click on open, CM, and then here we could add in something like this. I'm going to enlarge this part and then add the same one right here, and then we could actually, oh sorry, this one CS, we could actually add in a fireplace here. So here I'm going to edit, duplicate this. This will be sofa. Just want to increase the width, so maybe 3000 again. And then here we could just have it maybe like that. And then we could add in another sitting here. We could add this one, CM, and then here we could just have it on a different angle. Two of them. And then to do some change in orientation, you should just press spacebar. So that's how you do it. And then let's add in a coffee table right here. So let's go back to sitting, table. And we have a coffee table here, CM on that. Let's add this one in the middle first, and then change it to one of those preset. This one is too big, so maybe the second one is too small. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to edit this one, duplicate, coffee table, and then I'm just going to change the length to 1700, and then that makes a huge difference, and I like the spacing much better. And then later on we're going to add in a simple fireplace here, and we could even add a TV here. So this is like the formal living room, and then we will have an entertainment right here, or a theater. So either or we have something right here. And then let's load. We have the storage right here, and then we have the entertainment center, and then click open CM on that, and then add it right here. We could have this one as a storage area, so we could move this one all the way, or we could just, knowing that this is different, so CS on this, and then just extend this one. So we have a storage area right here. At the same time, we could extend this one all the way. So instead of that one, I'm going to add something really nice right here. And then at the same time, we're going to edit this one as well, having that part there. And then let's add in another seating sofa here. So let's load in, go back to seating, and let's change the seating a little bit. Let's use the Pensy sofa, and then CM on that, CM, and then let's add it right about here. We could extend this one a little bit more, and CS right here on this side. Maybe on this side we could have it like that, and then here we could change the width a little bit. So edit, duplicate, and then let's change the length here to 2400, and that's good enough for me. We have the door right here, and then this is a storage, and let's load in the same thing right here, CS, and add it there. That's good enough. I would like to add a storage right here, a credenza. So here under storage credenza, click on open, CM on that, and then let's add it right here in front of the main entrance. This will be the main entrance. We're going to change the size on this one, but we wanted to align it, so AL to align it all the way to the wall. So edit that, edit, duplicate, this will be, and then the depth, let's change this, that's too much, maybe 400, and then the width, this one should be around 1500, and that's good enough for me. And then we're going to add the main door right here. Probably we'll add double doors, so that will be good enough. So we're gonna stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.